As we come on the air tonight, there is renewed joy in Israel. Following the IDF rescue of 4 hostages, the operation and intense air assault taking place in a densely populated area of central Gaza. And it came at a high cost of Palestinian lives. Scores killed, dozens more wounded. The freed hostages include 1 woman and 3 men, all kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. This is video of 26-year-old Noa Argamani as she was taken on that day. It was viewed around the world. After the rescue, Argamani and the others reunited with their loved ones for the first time in 246 days. But in Gaza, the Hamas-run health ministry says women and children are among those killed in the assault. The dead and wounded rushed to hospitals. President Biden monitoring developments from his state visit in France. We have team coverage tonight. Marcus Moore leads us off from Tel Aviv, and a warning: some of these images are disturbing.
Tonight, 4 Israeli hostages are free after deadly daytime raids in Gaza. Those rescued hostages touching down in Israel after 246 days in captivity, waving to cheering crowds, now back with their families and friends. The 4 hostages rescued: Noa Argamani, Almog Meir Yan, Andrei Kozlov, and Shlomi Ziv. 25-year-old Argamani was kidnapped at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. Video of Argamani being taken away from her boyfriend went viral following the Hamas attack. Later seen in captivity in videos circulating online. But after the IDF operation, Israel releasing this video. Noa stepping onto a helicopter wearing a helmet and bulletproof vest. Sometime later at Sheba Hospital in Tel Aviv, this moment. Noa and her father reunited today on his birthday. A kiss on the cheek and a hug. These emotional reunions, scenes repeated for each family. First the warm embrace and then the tears.
We hugged and I looked at her and then we hugged again because I couldn't believe that she's finally here.
President Biden today at a bilateral meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron reacting to the news.
I want to echo President Macron's comments welcoming the safe rescue of 4 hostages that were returned to their families in Israel.
The IDF saying, quote, intelligence-based operations focused on 2 apartment buildings in Nasrat in central Gaza. In one building, Noa Argamani, and the other 3 hostages in another building 600 feet away. The 4 Israelis moved around multiple times, according to the IDF, sometimes through underground tunnels, the doors to each of their rooms locked. The IDF says planning for the joint operation between the IDF, Israeli Security Services, and Israeli police started 2 weeks ago and involved strikes from land, air, and sea. 1 member of the Israeli rescue team was killed during the operation. But while news of the rescue prompted spontaneous celebrations in the streets of Israel, in Gaza, there was carnage and chaos, and the many dead in the aftermath of Israel's operation. Killed and wounded, including children, lying in the streets. The Hamas government media office now says more than 200 people were killed and more than 400 injured during the raids to free those hostages. Israel refuting those numbers, claiming there are fewer than 100 casualties. Hamas calling the operation a massacre, saying the U.S. is complicit in war crimes committed on the Gaza Strip. The rescue operation comes as negotiations on a potential ceasefire deal appear stalled, while pressure mounts on all sides to secure a ceasefire and bring the hostages home.
Marcus Moore joining us now from Tel Aviv. And Marcus, as Israel celebrates the return of these 4 hostages, what more do we know about the remaining hostages still being held in Gaza?
Well, there have been 2 previous rescues. A total of 7 hostages have been freed in operations by Israel. But right now, there are still 116 hostages being held in Gaza, and 41 of those are believed to be dead. And Whit, just a reminder, the Palestinian death toll tonight is 36,801. Whit.
Truly a staggering toll with this war. Marcus, thank you.